Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Southern African payments clearing utility BankservAfrica and the regional banking community are working together to design a new payments architecture and infrastructure that will help to lower interbank transaction costs and allow new services to be offered, with a special focus on improving financial inclusion. Skalkberger has the details.
Veteran interbank transactions specialist and BankservAfrica CEO Chris Hamilton explains the process of redesigning the payment clearance system and what the main focuses of the project are.
I've just talked about our improvements to the existing payment system, which is good, but that's not enough because the economy is changing around us really fast, and we need to start thinking about how to address new challenges in the economy in the way we design the payment system. When I say we, I don't just mean BankservAfrica, we're the plumbing in the middle, but we're really talking about the banking community, the regulator, which is the South African Reserve Bank, and the Payment Association of South Africa, the sort of self-regulatory body. All of those people are working together to look at ways to redesign the payment system, the South African payment system, to make it ready for the 21st century and for the future evolutions of our economy. And that's a really exciting process. There's two important inputs to that, I think. One is that the South African Reserve Bank has just published a Vision 2025 document which talks about the policy priorities for the government, what it wants to achieve out of the payment system. The other is that we've done some joint research with the Payment Association about how the world is evolving payment systems, what's happening in other countries, what we can learn from them and what we suggest might be possible here. That's all now going into the hopper, as it were, and the banks and the Reserve Bank and so on are having a good conversation about what that means for future design. So this is a long process where we're setting ourselves up for the next 20 or 30 years of the evolution of our economy. The payment system needs to provide a platform, an enabler for that economy as it develops. There are two really big things to address as we modernise the payment system for the long term. The first one is the challenge of financial inclusion in South Africa. This is a problem faced by other countries, including much larger countries like India and China. But it has a special resonance in South Africa because, in a way, the South African economy is two economies in one. We have a very well-developed, fully banked community, good levels of income, and we have a not underbanked community, and the challenge of bringing those two groups together. So, however we design the future of the payment system, it really needs to allow that underbanked community to over time join in the full benefits of the banking and financial services framework that have been enjoyed by the rest of the economy. That's a big challenge we have, and there's been progress on that, but there's still a lot to do. That actually leads me naturally to the second half of this challenge, which is the digitisation of the economy. Why is that important? Because for the first time in history, everybody can have a mobile phone or some other access to the network that everyone else is using to transact financial services. So that's a wonderful opportunity to improve financial inclusion. There are many, many more mobile phones in South Africa than there are bank accounts already. So if we can find a way of delivering financial services very, very cheaply to each of those mobile phones, we can build financial inclusion quite quickly. What do I mean by that? People need the basic framework of being able to easily pay money, receive money, borrow money, lend money, insure themselves. Those are the kind of services that need to develop over time. And I think the mobile phone and the digitising economy is a sort of an opportunity to do that.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insights into South Africa's real economy.